Hello everyone, Michael Mechanical here. So, I'm making a video. I was just eating dinner and going shopping. I've got a headache, and I was doing some filming. I didn't do everything, but bad news is I don't think the Triton's gonna be going anywhere till early January, maybe even mid-January, and that's all because I have to get some more parts. Which, if they're not on the shelf anywhere, then I'll be in a bit of trouble. And I'm also not sure what they're going to cost in other places, which I'm going to try and see if I can order them in tomorrow morning and see what they're worth elsewhere and see how accessible they are to get and how soon I can get them. In this scenario, I'm going to do it a bit backwards. I want to show you the parts first to show you what's going on, but instead I'm going to show you actually what I'm getting. So what I'm getting is the rear wheel cylinder rear. Now, there's two in the rear, and so there's these choices which you can get. So you'd be choosing the left and right ones. And the reason I'm going to buy brand new ones is because if you look at these prices, they're cheap. And if I look down further, here they are. Here. I don't know why the freaking screen wants to do that. Also, I've got a lot of stuff in front of my face. It's making it hard for me to get around. So, if we look closer, here's another two right here. But look at the prices of them. And they're cheap as anything. You can get them. They're the most inexpensive cylinders I've ever seen on the cars. But I'm only going to get the Protex ones because I know Protex is a good brand. But if you read this, it says wheel cylinder repair kit rear, and look how much they are. So if you halve the price, they're about $20 each kit. And if you look up here, you can buy them for the exact same money. And even here, 19 plus 19, 99 is 18, $38. You know, if you look at these rear cylinder repair kits, $38. You know, this is the most inexpensive way to fix the problem at the rear because the parts are just inexpensive. Now, to compare it to the front brakes, this is why I wouldn't just go and rebuild the front calipers like I did, because I did them because I knew what I could get, I knew how quickly or how soon I needed stuff. But now I'm at the point where if I can't get these things soon, I can't go to work early January, and it means I'm going to be waiting till mid. The problem with that is I got to pay board in order to stay here. And unless I get the extra benefits that I need, I can't keep working. And I've been working for a year doing this job, but as you can see, it hasn't gotten me anywhere. If I'm being honest, if I didn't spend any extra money on food, I didn't go to school, but I did go to school, sort of thing. It's a really weird scenario. I have about $2,000 saved up. That's all I'd have. So, what I want to point out is I got these receipts in front of me, and they're getting thrown around because the air conditioner's on. And because this is the right one, this is the caliper rebuild kits for the front. And the price on there, it's not freaking... Come on. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. But the caliper kits that I've got are $68.38 each. Now, if I ordered them online through eBay or something, I actually don't know if they have them here. That's wheel cylinder repair kits. They're not the front. These are rear kits. Brake master cylinder, power brake booster, piston. I'm not sure they have a caliper one here through Super Cheap. Super Cheap. It's really good to get parts through the drums. There you go. OBS, $101. Protex. Disc caliper repair kit front. So the front kits here for one is $50.99. Then there's another one which is even cheaper, which is $35 a kit. So I paid, but I could get these straight off the shelf, not have to order them in. So what's the difference? If I look at that price there, I've got to make a point because these. So if I look here, there's the pistons. I think I got piston pretty cheap, the Protex one, because I like the Protex one. But I got the Bosch one, which was a bit more expensive, which was kind of junk. Here's the kit that I would have gotten. And then here's the prices I paid, $68.39. And here they're a little bit cheaper. But the good thing for me was these parts were on the shelf already, including the piston, which is, this is the piston, and it was a Bosch one. It's $84.60 for Repco. And then for here, the Bosch piston cost $78.99. So I paid about $10 more almost for the same part that I could have gotten elsewhere. But the thing is, like I said, the best way to look at this is in my scenario, it's like who has the parts and who doesn't. I need them now. I need to get driving again. The small amount, in my scenario, this is the way I'd look at it. If you need the car right here, right now, it doesn't matter how much you've got to spend as long as it doesn't blow out your budget. You get the parts right here, right now, today. It's worth spending the extra 10, 20 bucks. These ones you have to order in. Everything you go super cheap for, you have to order in. And it's like you could be waiting a couple weeks for the parts. That's one of the reasons why I don't exactly just go straight to super cheap for everything. Super cheap is super cheap. They're a bit cheaper than some companies, especially when they have those stock-wide sales and stuff. They even put these things on special. But if I order them right here, right now, what could happen is, because the 30% off Boxing Day sale, I buy the parts, I might get them cheaper, but I might not get them till mid next month, which is the scenario I want to try and avoid. If I can get them within a couple of days, that'd be better, because people know their suppliers and their suppliers are open. They'll cost me $62 for the two that I want. I like Protex brand because it's a brand I trust. It's a brand I've bought through for a while. I'm actually going to show you the parts and show you what I've done thus far, but I'm not going to be able to show you processes because we've already done the processes and the video's already been recorded. Not all the video has been done, but so I can't exactly show you the leak or anything, not really. I can show you where it was dripping. I can show you bits of wet, maybe. It's getting a bit darker here, so I can't do it too well. Here are the pistons. This one you can actually tell is actually wet. This is probably the stuffed one. Yes, it is, because this one came off the passenger side. This one came off the driver's side. And the reason I know that is because I put the bolts back into the one on the passenger side, and I didn't do it for that one. That one came with the nipple in it. So the brake shoes are here. And if you look at it, it's actually a little bit wet. If we go down here, it's dripping down there. So it's getting wet. And that's not good. So actually, here we go. Drum brakes are red. They should be dry. They're actually just tacky. That's okay. They're not actually, there's no paint on my hands, so it's a good thing. I actually got a whole bunch of hose because I lost mine, and now I've got some new stuff. I've actually got 2 rolls of this Hope clear vinyl tubing. Actually, do I still have my knife? Yeah, here it is. I used that. That was awesome to open up some things. I've also got a fuel filter because from what I remember, these things are meant to be replaced every 30,000 kilometers or something. I've done 35,000. I'm actually not sure what the recommendation is for the life of these things. It might be on the unit itself. New vehicle warranty expected. So, what's it say? Oil grease. It doesn't actually say. But from memory, it's about 30,000 kilometers. I've done 35,000 kilometers on that filter there, so I never got much water in my fuel, so I never had a problem. So I never actually had to open up that valve. The only time I've done it is When I've done that, pressed this, and oil's just come out. So it hasn't. It's just fuel. I've never actually had water in my fuel other than before Costco. Costco, one time I did get water in my fuel, but it's not a big deal. And done. So what else I've done under the hood? Not many people are gonna be super duper interested, but I've got this set up. I think she's actually she is leaking. That's not good. I have the ability maybe to turn on the light. No. But the fluid level's going down, and if she's actually dripping, which I can't actually tell, I might see a puddle under the car. I can't see because it's getting a bit too dark. I'll go get a light while I'm out here. It's a good assortment of keys I've got here. So, I also apologise, I have a headache, so I can't do a perfect job. So there's my light. There's the caliper paints. You always put them in a nice cool place because these things will expand and go kaboom. You wouldn't want to walk by in a hot... If you put them out in the sunlight, they will actually heat up to a temperature in which they'll just explode. So if it's leaking still, I think it's actually still dripping, but I'm not sure. It's all because that nipple there, the thing I put in there isn't actually perfect. She might be leaking a little bit, but I can't really tell. So what I could do, just to play it safe, just to check, because I'm not sure if it's actually going down or not, I'll get a gold marker. This is a good trick to do if you're not sure about something. I got a magnet on here, so I've got to be careful of the phone. At least I've got a thing on. If you think, always remember to get a marker of some, maybe a white one, maybe a black one, I'm not sure. Container's white, so I didn't really think of going for the white, thought of going for the gold. I think the gold's already out of gold. It's a good marker though. But what we'll do with you guys here, I'm actually going to put a mark on it to show the level tonight. I'll check it in an hour or two and just see how she's doing. So what we'll do is go alongside here. So that's actually sort of on the point. If it's leaking a lot of oil, if it's like dripping a lot of oil, I'll know. I got the marker here. Don't shut the hood too much. Okay, so now I'm back on, and I'm also on data now because I think the home internet might have gone out. I don't know. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put the hood down. I'm actually going to put this somewhere. I'm going to notice it. Actually, I might leave it alone because don't forget, I have to come back and check that oil, see if it's going down or not. If it's going down, I'm in trouble. So, what I need to do, I need to get the right fitting for that. Get 2 new ones of these. I need to clean those assemblies as good as I can, and then leave it alone. Get new pistons, put them in, attach them to the rear, loosen the bleed nipple, put a hose on it, and just fill it up with fluid from the front. I could do it to the hose, put a hose on the nipple itself first, start up there, if I can back out, in which you can't. Well, what you do is you just screw it into something, potentially. Then you fill it up, the hose, the line, and get it through the system first. It'll be quicker than pedaling it and filling up that reservoir. Also a little bit safer. Then you unscrew screw out the reservoir, attach the line, leave it a little bit loose, bleed it at the master cylinder first, then bleed at the rear, and that should get most of the air out of the system. Oh my god, this headache. I just don't feel like doing much. That's what happens when you have a headache. Just ruins your day. So, now we know why we can't exactly get the Triton running early this year, or at the end of this year. I'm gonna have to do it early next year. So, plan is simple: get new cylinders, pistons. It's cheaper than buying the kit and rebuilding them ourselves. We're not going to rebuild them. Match that. It's not worth it. Buy whole new pistons. They're already assembled. They're already brand new parts. No wear and tear on them. They just put them in your car and they'll last. They should last about 100,000. I reckon the rear ones should. They might last longer. Those ones 200,000 on those roughly. Because it's done about 200,000 on that car, maybe even more. A little bit over. But I don't know if that's the original tacho readings or not. I just added on what I've done to the original reading, and I get about 205,000 kilometers. And I also over-serviced the vehicle in the time that I had it, because I did every 6 months. And I did that because I knew about the rules, and then I realized it was the price of servicing the thing was adding just ridiculous. I ended up going from 6 months for the first year, 2 years, to every 12 months. Because it's like, hey, do it for the new year, and then run out on that for the new year or something. Anyway, guys, I gotta end this video, have my headache, deal with it, talk less, work on this, eating, put my receipts away, do everything I gotta do. Other than that, we picked up paint, picked up a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's the sale for the Boxing Day thing counts today. I'll see what I can also do about getting parts. How soon I can do it. If I get the parts sooner than I expect, then we'll be able to make the video before 2nd of January, which will be good. But there'll be no guarantees there'll be a video until later in the year, because I don't have time on my side. See you later.